Alrighty, it's looking like we are in fact live. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So let me copy the video URL. I'm gonna just go ahead and send this in the Discord. I am your Captain Black Tie Black Suit with my trusty eager ensign, Tim. Say hello, Tim.
Hey, what's up?
Are you okay with still being your ensign? We haven't finished Enterprise yet. That's when I'm gonna promote you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, just making sure. Just making sure. All right, so everyone, we have a couple announcements here, or just intros. If you want to see more of the show, but from a gaming standpoint, make sure to always follow Black Tie Black Suit on Twitch. .tv/Black Tie Black Suit, as well as my Twitter down below. Join the Discord, and if you want to help buy Tim a new computer, follow us on Patreon. All that information's down below. And today we're in Enterprise Season 1, episodes 7 through 9, or is what we watched. I decided that we'd do these ones because they're pure, silly Star Trek, and right before we actually do some more serious stuff. So, we start with, the Andorian incident. Initial impressions, Tim.
The Andorian incident, yeah. So, I felt like this one was kind of interesting because there was what was that other group? But they thought the Vulcans were hiding something.
Oh, the Andorians.
The Andorians. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Hence the name. Yeah. So the Andorians were like, "Hey, man, we know something's here. We just can't find it."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "No, I swear to you, no, nothing's going on." And lo and behold, there's definitely something going on.
Stop. So. The Vulcans were sus from the start.
Yeah, very sus. Like, oh yeah, we have an underground, but you can't go to certain parts.
Yeah,
you can see some stuff, but not everything. I mean, I don't know. This one had a ball of emotions for me because, like,
yeah, you're a T'Pol simp.
Well, no, but like, so I hated the Andorians at first because they were just brutalizing, every crew member and just beating the crap out of them.
Oh yeah,
and that's how they get information. And it's like, you know what? F these guys. Even if there is something going on, F these guys. But then, like, the more you start going into it, it's like, wait a minute, man. You Vulcans are hiding stuff.
No, Andorians, like, the wildest part is, outside of one incident in the whole series, I think the Andorians are always right. And I'll stand by that right here and now.
That's interesting.
So, a little outside backstory, so you know what the importance of Andorians are. They're one of the 4 founding members of the Federation, so we're going to be seeing a lot more of them as time goes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think of Shran?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I didn't like none of the Andorians at first.
You didn't like any of them. What about, like,
no,
the commander?
No, not at first. No.
Because
no.
All right. I want you to, like, well, we don't have to do it, but proverbially take a shot every time you see this actor in Star Trek.
All right.
Like, I'm gonna point out Jeffrey Combs. This is our first instance of Jeffrey Combs. So I should put up a Combs counter on the screen or something. Well, I'll do that.
Oh
later. Yeah. I'll do that later because he comes up a lot. And he resides in this weird place in Star Trek where they need a guy, and they need him to be really good, and so they pick this dude in every series. Okay. I think outside of the original series, every series has him in it at some point. Even the ones that are going on right now have had him. And this particular character, Shran, is my personal favorite. There's always 2, Shran and then another one that you won't meet for a while, of who's what part Jeffrey Combs played better. For me, it's Shran, but I can already hear the Trekkers, like, trying to kill me for saying that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. I think. Man, did we skip? We skipped one. Didn't we skip 5? Terra Nova.
No, we saw it. That was the Shale episode.
Right. Did we discuss that the last one?
Yeah, Shale.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we discussed shale
I
the
thought
whole
that was
time.
this one.
No, no, and if we missed it, we'll make a special Christmas
All right,
episode on it if I go
all
back and
right.
find
Like,
it again.
cause oddly enough, I did like that one.
The shit. I mean, here, let's go back over it with Terra Nova just in case we didn't do it. I'll change the title later. But yeah, Terra. What was it? The first colony that was sent out into
Yeah, yeah,
space.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And so, like, they grew up there and They didn't realize that they were human.
yeah,
Yeah, I just found it funny that trying to convince them otherwise and that their environment is harming them.
shale.
Uh, yeah, that kind of brings up like nowadays, like global
Oh,
warming. It's like trying to convince
yeah.
people, like, hey, something's going on with your planet.
Oh
It's
yes,
like, well, wouldn't we know best what's going on with our planet?
dude. You're gonna get a
No.
lot of that in Star Trek. So this is just one episode of a billion that does that. But exactly, it's all
Yeah.
shale, Tim.
Yeah.
That
Shale.
there's not really a plot beyond people really should get out of there and they have to convince them, but they all have education of 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
and
That's
like
fun.
never do not sip every time they say shale. You will die. You will die.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
simple episode of Star Trek. And then Andorian incident ends up Vulcans are spying on Andorians. Now, last thing about the Andorian incident before we go to breaking ice though. What did you think of Archer giving the info to Shran?
um, So I felt like that all was actually pretty interesting because, well, first of all, how they even discovered the information,
Yeah.
but also the fact that like T-Paul was giving them all of the lowdown, right? Of like entering what you got to do, customs, all that went out the window in like the first 5 seconds, and then actually seeing what they were hiding
Yeah.
and kind of telling T Paul to like give over the information. I was like, dang, that's kind of against everything she's into. But
She
yeah, I felt like the whole giving over of information was interesting because that's the point where I don't know if I would have
right. That
because that once again my first interaction with this group is like forget you guys even if they're doing something carrot and stick like you just beat me up. So no information for you.
exactly. Exactly. I kind of feel that same way, but also it hints at a larger thing that's going on with humans and Andorians, Vulcans, everybody, like how this galaxy is shaping. Because everyone still has like their borders. If you like, and it's just it's kind of wild how he's like mediating this one like guy who's like a who's just a child with this too big of eyes is like, no, we can all be friends. Like, let's just
Yeah.
chill. And I find that interesting that this is the origins of something so much larger and weirder. And then throw all that out the window and we're jumping into the episode breaking ice or breaking the ice.
Yeah.
Where did they build a snowman?
Yes, that was actually like my favorite part.
like Reed
Is
just doesn't
they did the ears, bro. I don't know if that was too far. That seemed a little racist to me, but
It did, right?
yeah, just a little bit. I was like,
it,
the ears.
it did seem a little like, hey, now that's
Right,
isn't that like xenophobic? But then it's
right,
also
right.
Reed, the most racist guy on the ship.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And that was this the episode where they talk about poop?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah. So they had the kids asking, a bunch of questions about, space travel and everything that goes along with it, and everybody had their questions.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the engineer on board, he had to answer the poop question.
The poop question. Yeah. I felt so bad for him. And then it's just like he cuts off Phlox when Phlox is having a good time teaching kids stuff. And
Oh yes, yeah. He was going in. He had all the info.
dude, a kid, if I was a kid in that class, I'd eat that up. I'm like, dude, this guy from outer space is telling me about space germs. Like,
Yeah.
and Archer's
No,
like,
actually, that was like one of the
no.
most interesting parts of the
The
whole
whole episode.
everybody's speech. Yeah, I'm like, he cut them off. I mean, I get it. They're kids, but I don't know, man. Some people would have ate that up. So
Oh god, I would have loved it. And like
But you know, there would have been a poop question though, like
there,
that.
oh, dude,
Honestly, they probably would have had to filter through because there probably would have been like a few.
I guarantee it. And it's actually later in the series, I think this is what it's hinting at, is that on starships in like the 23rd and 24th century
Mm.
don't have like natural food or water or anything like that. So what is resequenced?
Oh no.
Oh yeah. It's a theory I can't prove. I
Mm.
swear I heard it somewhere though, like a legitimate source from an episode. But everyone in Star Trek is just eating shit.
Yeah, literally. Okay.
You can quote
Guess
me
that's
on
the
that.
thing.
You can quote me on that one. It's so weird. So there was another weird little element that was brought up here. T'Pol has a husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Arranged marriage apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. So now how are you feeling about the trip to Paul romance thing?
I mean, I still think it's going.
Think
And
it's
actually,
going.
this more so now than before.
Yeah, you think Trip's gonna fight? Oh, because that was introduced in the Andorian incident. You think Trip's gonna fight her husband to the death?
I don't even know if it's going to come to that. I mean, I know that's their customs, but it's seeming like T'Pol's throwing customs out the window. I
A little,
mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he'd want to fight to the death, but I don't know the way this stuff is going. I
This
mean, the whole the pecan pie, man,
yeah.
is it's
She ate the
she
pecan
took a
pie.
bite.
She took a
Yeah,
bite. But
yeah,
also Florida Man versus Space Elf, I think is like the title for WWE.
yeah,
like
yeah,
like cuz the Trip is Florida Man.
yeah. And
Hands
he's
down.
seen some things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got pregnant from touching goo.
exactly.
He's done some stuff. He flew in a jelly like water planet with a Klingon yelling at him. Like
Yep,
Trip is space Florida Man and Vulcans are space elves. Uh,
yep.
this episode not the best episode I feel.
No, not really.
Yeah,
Like it had a some tidbits.
yeah, but it's like overall pointless because the whole thing Vulcans always watching never comes back, at least for
Oh,
humans. So like the entire episode seemed, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like this episode was kind of to advance the Paul story
Yes,
and do a little bit of comic relief, like with the snowman and
again,
poop.
snowman and poop. Like
Yeah.
like they blew up that snowman though. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Reed destroyed that thing, and oh yeah, they almost died. I
Yeah, about that. Like
yeah, I forgot about that.
it kept falling further, and then it was a whole like ego thing. It's like, oh, they can possibly die, or you can just ask a Vulcan for help. They could easily do this thing.
The Vulcan will not care.
Yes, it's like fine,
Fine, whatever. I'll
we'll
turn on my
ask.
magic. I'll magic light this because it's Star Trek.
Right, right.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got two more episodes to get here. It's Civilization, season 1, episode 9. This is the first contact episode that you've outside the
Yeah,
movie First Contact. Haha.
right,
but
right, right.
but this is the first like actual proper First Contact episode. Every series has like one or two. This one was fascinating to me. But let me hear your thoughts before I influence you.
Well, I mean, with this one, it started off interesting, right? Because once again, like you told me before, the crew doesn't learn their lesson, right?
No,
So it's like, oh, this planet's a lot like Earth. Don't do no recon, just go down, start
dude,
messing with things.
all the time. The Enterprise
It-
crew is touching everything.
yeah, yeah. So
Everything.
I'm like, wait a minute, and then they're like, oh, these people look like people, but they have like totally different languages.
I,
So that's a whole thing.
it is a whole thing. And then to fix his translator, he like eats her face.
He eats her entire face,
Like he
bro,
just
and she
ASM.
knows what's going on. And I'm like, yo, like that's a little aggressive. That's
No, he did not
you
ask for
know,
consent.
he did not ask for consent. You could get me too, like seriously.
Archer gets me too.
I
Back home.
mean,
They bring the whole NX crew back to switch him out.
I mean, that's the fastest way to get canceled, bro. I don't know. I don't
But
know if he wants to go that route.
the thing is, even Picard, every Starfleet captain has a fling. Even one of them gets another chick pregnant at a point.
I mean, but like he didn't even. There was no in between. Like, hey, I like you. No, like googly eyes. No, just like straight to face eating. Like I was like, wow, okay. So
Yes.
obviously he likes her.
Oh, straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Um,
She has little ridges on her forehead.
yeah, yeah. I
Now,
was kind of expecting them to rub those ridges, but that might have been too far. So yeah.
that's Jesus. So there's a couple weird things about this because T'Pol mentions first contact should be done with when there's warp, when the species is warp capable, which in all Star Trek before this series was always the case. And Archer says, that's how Vulcans do it. Let's show you how humans do it. Make sure you remember those two philosophies for future First Contact episodes,
Well,
because it'll be interesting for you to see the movie Insurrection, the worst Star Trek movie ever made, with these ideas in your mind.
all right.
Sorry, don't mean to influence you there, but yeah, it was a very interesting thing with the whole radiation leak. Here's a
Right. So
cure, all
right,
that.
radiation link, and then finding some people who are pretty much profiting off of the suffering of others, which you
Yeah,
know seems like a very human thing to do. But anyway, so
yeah,
yeah, so there was all of that going on in this episode, and forgive me, but I thought we were going. I think this is the last one that I saw
oh,
because I
that's
thought we were going Terra Nova to Civilization. So
it's cool, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll
uh,
wait. We'll wait for Fortune's Son, and then we'll do Cold Front and Silent Enemy, Dear Doctor, all that.
okay,
But overall, I wanted to ask you a few things because I know we were gonna blow through these episodes pretty quick because there's not much to talk about in any of these. Even Fortune's Son is a one note episode.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I gotta say, I gotta ask, are you still enjoying it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure. Yep.
For sure. All right. Let's rank your characters here. Who's your least favorite of the bridge crew so far?
Ooh, hmm. I'd have to say the translator
Hoshi.
Hoshi.
What Hoshi ever do to you?
She didn't do anything, but it's like I don't know, man. It's like the same from the beginning to now. It's like, okay, we meet somebody, I'm a freak out, you can do this, then she does it, and it's like, oh my god, I can do this. Every single time. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, here we go again with, translating and like it's like the lack of confidence almost. Like I feel like everybody else is overconfident and she's the only one that's like not confident.
Well, she's a language teacher. She's not an explorer.
That's true.
That's true. But no,
But
she's
but
pretty
but
good at
they're only asking her to do the language stuff though.
it.
It's like, yo, language thing is coming up. This is your wheelhouse. And it's like, nah, I don't know about this. All
Dang.
right,
All
man.
right. All
All
right.
right.
So right above Hoshi, who's next?
Oh man. That's a hard one. I gotta think.
Oh, no worries. You got
Um,
time.
the dude with the that calibrates the missiles.
Oh,
The
Malcolm,
shit,
the
Malcolm.
weapons are.
That's it. The weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and only for the simple fact that he's like a perfectionist, and everybody else is like, yeah, we'll just go with it and wing it. So it's like,
I'm
yeah,
just gonna throw this out there. You know who he reminds me of?
ooh.
Sir Wushalot, one of our viewers on my stream.
Okay,
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit. Only if Alex can be the doctor.
Oh, dude, that's hands down who he is.
Yeah, 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 for sure,
Hands down. All
for
right.
sure.
Above Malcolm, who do you like?
Above Malcolm, that'd have to be the captain, because
Oh, really?
yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, I'm shocked.
yeah, no, for the simple does not learn his lesson.
No, he keeps touching stuff,
And
man.
and yeah, exactly. That's like the main thing. And he does not listen to anyone with any advice
None.
ever. I
None.
mean, nobody. Like, if Trip has some advice, which is rare, but he'll have questions, is like, nah, no, like we're just going to go forward with this. Like, if anybody's like, oh, maybe we should take caution. Nope, I'm gonna just cowboy this thing.
Well, not to defend it, but his background, he's a pilot. That's how
Yeah,
he got there. He's a
yeah,
pilot. So
he's definitely a pilot.
Hal Jordan, all that kind of gung ho ness. All right, so you got two more or three more characters now. Which one's
Crap,
next?
is it 3?
Yes, it's oh wait, no, there's four because I forgot about one. I keep forgetting about this
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Yeah, it's four. Got four more characters.
I'm thinking about 3, but anyway.
You have
Uh,
Calm, Trip, Phlox, and T'Pol. I can't remember his name. The current pilot, the black guy.
oh shoot, man, dang, I forgot. I'll put him under the captain. My
Under
bad.
the captain.
I
Damn.
forgot. Well, I mean, I kind of forgot.
No
I
worries.
mean, he made the snowman, but then it's like, he doesn't have really prominent roles for
No.
real, so it's kind of hard
Well,
to judge on that one.
Slight spoiler for Fortune Son. It's his episode. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
I
see.
think he gets 2 in the
We'll
whole
see if that
series.
changes any in the ranking.
Well,
I did like him at first when they were talking about getting with aliens. That was pretty funny. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, just so you know, I watched Fortune Son today, and I forgot about him.
Oh dang. Okay. Well, there's that.
And
there's that.
This is not because of the actor. This is literally because the show is set up in a way that you forget this guy exists.
Okay.
No, the actor's fine. Yeah.
So then third would be T'Pol.
T'Pol. Okay.
For me, because like I just see progression, changing thought process, like adapting, and I don't believe like just going against like Vulcan things. Like it's like she's reluctant to try. She's reluctant, like this is not the Vulcan way, and then all of a sudden she sneaks and tries it. It's like, oh, well, there's this thing. It's not so bad.
She's an explorer. She matches.
Yeah, honestly, at heart, yeah, for real. So that's why I put her third.
Okay.
See, this is gonna get hard for me.
You got Trip and Phlox.
I know. And the funny thing is, Trip might be second for me. And I know this is gonna sound weird. But bro, Phlox is like, for me, just unintentionally comic relief every time he says anything.
He's funny as heck. Like
anytime, like everything is like, oh, well, this isn't that bad, but this thing will kill you.
Yes.
It's like what? Like, and I love that every single time. It's like it's something like, oh, this is mundane, and he keeps that same composure. It's like he's not freaked out by anything. Of course, doctor temperament, but like he just keeps that same
energy.
Yeah,
same energy. No, he's so good. I still think Trip is the best, but that's just that's my sullied opinion.
I can agree with that. I mean, I definitely see they're up there. I like both.
They're the two best.
Yeah.
Trip's whole like he's so normal compared to everything that happens around him.
Yeah, and honestly, there wouldn't be a show without Trip. If that stuff didn't happen to Trip, bro, I don't know what half these episodes would even do.
No, like even in the bad episodes, he is always good.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Like, oh god, I'm thinking like already unexpected when he gets pregnant, the Andorian scene where he jumps through the wall.
Yep.
Like even just in Civilization, he's like, let me get my hands on the reactor captain. He's just so into it. It's just everything about Trip is good. T'Pol, there's better Vulcans in the series, and
I mean, I can understand that. I'm just saying, as far as this series and what character development type of stuff going on, man. Like, I was actually surprised because I expected to hate T'Pol. I hated T'Pol in the beginning. Like this, she driving me nuts. Cutting hard behind breadsticks and stuff is like it's driving me insane. But then it's like piece by piece, it's like and that's kind of what the whole season up to this point that I've watched so far.
Yeah,
I'm actually getting a little annoyed on T'Pol's half.
Oh, agree.
I
Agree.
mean, okay, so because the captain does not trust her for shit. It's just
Yes.
not at all. And it's like, yo, she's done all of these things and she points it out and it's like, and you still don't trust me, but you're asking her to trust you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. If we go back to which episode was the Andorian incident,
Yeah.
and they say that Vulcans don't show emotion, but that cold shoulder grabbing the
The blanket.
blanket is 100% emotion. I don't care what nobody says.
Well,
I don't care.
we're
That's a
both
gesture that women use.
we're both married men. We go through this at least once a
Exactly.
week, right?
Exactly.
Like I think she was trying to make a point, or like she may have slipped, but overall, yeah.
Oh, point taken. That's a very yes. That is yeah.
Yeah, she
It literally leaves you in the cold. You definitely feel like crap.
oh
Like
god, it was so that was so wild. And yeah, that whole episode of the Andorians I did think was good for T'Pol. She couldn't have had the pecan pie in breaking ice without the Andorian incident happening.
yeah. Right, right.
Because
Right.
that's kind of breaking her faith in Vulcan logic
Yep.
right now. But the Vulcans of this time period are also extremely paranoid and
Mm.
extremely skittish for everything. As we go, that's going to be the like every species, even humans have character development. I think
Okay.
Denobly, except for the Doctor species, they're a one and done thing. They have orgies and are polyamorous and they're funny, and that's their entire thing. Like that's it. Yeah, you're not there
So,
yet, but yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That's all they do.
But then, okay, so then one of my questions, going back to the Andorian incident, right?
Yeah,
Why in the heck would this happens like every so many years, right?
right.
That the Andorians come, start tearing up stuff, they don't find anything, they leave.
Yep.
Why do the Vulcans let this happen every single time?
Because the
Like, why do they
Vulcans,
like not like push back? Like, yo, bro, we're tired of this.
because
Don't do this no
Vulcans
more.
think they're smarter than every single race. Like
But you're
they think that. Like
so you
it's
just let somebody come tear up your house like
dude.
every other year. Awesome.
Yeah. No, you're gonna notice that Vulcan's biggest character flaw is it's actually an emotion. It's arrogance.
Mm,
They think they are because they embraced logic. They think they are above everything, and they live so long. It kind of proves their point just based off of data because no one else has long enough to prove that they're
so,
right.
yeah. Okay.
So like
Right.
a Vulcan can live like I think 300 years at the oldest.
Hmm.
So and like in that lifetime, the more they embrace logic, the more they bury their emotion. But at the end, when one dies, they pretty much crack and let it all out. And
Right. Yep. Yep.
it's a sad thing, but and I'm sad to say that Vulcans never get over that, but they become better. They do
Okay.
like they actually um there was actually recently uh in one of the series a villain Vulcan, which I don't think has ever happened
Oh,
before.
that
And
sounds interesting.
it was like he was like a gangster and he said a perfect society can't be perfect without organized crime. That's only logical. It's like holy crap. So
I
Vulcans get
mean,
seriously better as time goes.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's almost on some Ultron stuff, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're seeing where it's starting, and that's like at the end of the timeline what I just showed you. You're gonna forget
Oh,
about it. I'm probably gonna forget I even said this. So it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
it
No.
it is what it is. But Andorians also have a interesting character arc as well. You're gonna be seeing more of them. We haven't met the fourth species yet. You're not gonna like
Okay.
the fourth species.
Uh-oh. All right.
You're gonna actually I'll tell you their name. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. They're called Tellarites.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
either you're gonna love them or you're gonna hate them. I think you're gonna be on the side of hate them. I find them hilarious. You'll
Okay.
eventually when you see them, you'll see them. But yeah, do you have any final thoughts about these episodes or Star Trek as a whole right now?
Like I said, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna, continue forward. And like you were saying before, it's like I do enjoy the uh comic relief in some of these episodes.
Yeah.
To me, is great. I even pick up on some of the subtleties. So So that's been great so far.
Yeah, it's gonna get episode 9 or episode 10 that we're on is gonna be like okay. Episode 11 it's gonna get really serious, and then it kind of bobs and weaves from there for the rest of the
Okay.
season until
Okay.
like the finale. But there's in Enterprise season 1, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's a lot of crap. It's 25 episodes total. There's a lot of crap in this first season.
That's fine.
All right, as long as you're still for the ride.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and click end stream here. It's been wonderful. Tim, say goodbye.
Peace out.
All right, bye bye, everybody.